How's it feel back at Wofford after a year off?
Yeah, it feels good. It's refreshing being able to feel like there's some sort of normalcy here at camp, and just good to see everybody showing up and ready to roll.
I think you might be the first person to use the word refreshing to describe the weather here in Spartanburg. Any warnings that you gave some of the younger guys at OTAs and minicamp?
I think this is fun. I mean, camp's the best time of the year when you really think about it. I think every time you talk to somebody that's retired, they miss this. They miss just being able to focus on football and that's it, and hang out with the guys. And really, obviously there's worries, but it's all related to football. So the only thing to focus on is football and getting to know your teammates. So it's a fun time of year, and that's what I'm really excited for.
I think you had one of the most intense pump-up videos that you put on Instagram ahead of training camp. How excited are you to be healthy and just back out on the field?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Really excited. It's been a long off season, and obviously, unfortunate year last year. So just being able to be here with a fresh set and all the excitement is it's fun.
What have you worked on between the end of OTAs and minicamp and now?
Just everything. It's kind of a mix of everything, and really just focusing on becoming a complete running back.
How much contact have you had with Sam throughout this whole offseason, even after OTAs? How much have you guys stayed in contact?
A good amount. I know a lot of us stayed in contact for a while, and whether it's talking plays or just talking as friends. So, we always stay in touch.
As far as he goes, what have you seen as far as his leadership abilities? He had a lot of quarterbacks the last few years. What may be unique about him and his leadership?
Well, he's a great leader. I think he knows exactly who he is, and that's big. And I think he knows how to get the best out of everybody around him too. I think his poise too is something that's important at the quarterback position. It doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low, and that's something that we feed off of.
What's he do to get the best out of you?
Just put the ball where it needs to be. I mean, he's a great No, I'm kidding. He's a great quarterback who. I think he's really good at talking through things with guys, whether it's receivers or running backs, and protection stuff, and kind of getting a feel for each guy and what their ability is and what their capabilities are. And with that, adjusting his game or if he needs me to run a route at a different depth, he'll let me know, and nothing goes unsaid. So.
I know this is an odd question, but was there any silver lining with you being injured last year?
No, I mean there's never anything good about being hurt, but actually, yeah, I mean I think there is. It teaches you a lot for sure. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about, you kind of are forced to, when you go through adversity, to, either fold or keep going. And I think it was tough at first, but man, I learned so much, and have such a big appreciation for this game and what it's given me, and we'll never take that for granted.
Christian, this was such a new group last year. You guys didn't get on the field together at all until this time of year. What do you think the difference will be now that you've had mini camps and OTAs together as the first part of the offseason?
Yeah, I think it's great just being able to see familiar faces and, knowing your teammates going into camp, knowing the offense going into camp, and just getting those reps is so important. I think practice is everything, and being able to, throw with the quarterbacks, being able to get with the O-line and go over different run schemes is just such an advantage that, we missed out on last year.
What did we not see last year from Joe Brady's offense with you kind of on the shelf? What do you think is kind of in store now that you guys can unlock, now that you've had that extra time?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll find out. But I'm definitely excited about it. I know Coach Brady is such an amazing play caller and a great coach. So, with the weapons we have, I'm just excited to do my part and become the best running back I can be.
Christian, how often do you tell the rookies, what's experience? What do you tell them about their first training camp that you can give advice?
Well, it depends. Everybody's different, and everyone needs different things, but I think the biggest thing is just to enjoy this, and I think when you look at training camp as a burden, it's not going to be fun. Like I said, this is the stuff that you'll miss about football. It's the stuff that, when you look back to college, this is the stuff you miss. There's not another time in your life where you get together with your friends and play football and go to meetings and go through these dog days. And so really to enjoy the moment and to not get too hyped for it either, just be in the present, and that's really it.
Christian, I know you're always well prepared, but did you do anything different after the injuries last year, this offseason? Did you do anything different in your preparation?
I mean, you're always adjusting. You know, for me, I'm always adjusting little things here and there based on how I feel, and it's really an on-the-move kind of adjustments. You know, I mean, if I feel something in the morning, maybe we'll adjust a certain part of the run or a certain part of the lift. But it's really just staying true to who I am. You know, I've had success. I've felt good in the past playing and training the way I train. And so it's also not overreacting. You know, injuries happen in football, and I'm so past that now that I'm just focused on this year.
What did you think of Taylor's deal? And we always ask him what it's like to block for you. What is it like to
I'm so happy for him. Yeah, that was well deserved. I mean, he's a guy who does as much as you could ever ask. You know, I mean, he's unbelievable in the run game. He's great in the pass game, and for me, makes my job a lot easier. So I was super fired up for him.
How much pressure do you feel after missing all those games last year?
I don't feel pressure. I think the biggest thing I feel is excited. You know, I mean, I'm just so fired up to play football again.
Not pressure. Pressure.
Oh, fresher. Oh, I thought you said pressure. Fresher. Yeah, I mean, I feel great. You know, I feel great. I mean, I think, you know, whether or not I played or not, you know, I think I would feel great. But yeah, I mean, I do. I feel awesome.
What's it going to be totally comfortable to be out there practicing and have some fans cheering and holler your name and stuff that you missed last year? Maybe
Yeah, we can't wait. I know we were talking earlier, a lot of the guys, just having fans and it just feeling like football again is definitely refreshing. So we can't wait to see everybody.
Are you totally comfortable with all the protocols and everything that's in place with the NFL that's put forth to keep everybody safe?
Yeah. You know, I don't know if I have a choice, so I'll be comfortable.
On that, Christian, when we talked to you in June, you said it was a personal decision on the vaccine. You're here this morning without a mask. I guess we can assume you got the vaccine and what went into that decision.
I honestly still don't want to talk about it.
Anything else for Christian? You mentioned trying to work on your game all around. What exactly does that look like? What in particular are you focusing on?
I think just, you know, as a running back, you're always trying to find different ways to get an advantage, you know, and as you go through the league, you know, sometimes experience is good and sometimes it's bad. And so I think it's just figuring out exactly, you know, what you need to, you know, speed and strength are always things that you'll work on. Quickness are always things that you'll work on. And just mentally, you know, becoming better at reading defenses. I mean, there's never work that's not going to be done. And there's always something to work on. So when I say complete back, I just mean really, you know, trying to develop in all areas.
When you look around and you become one of the longer tenured players in the locker room, what does that mean to you, and are there extra responsibilities that come with that?
Oh, it feels good. You know, I mean, it's weird that, you know, I'm in year 5 and we have such a young team. So I guess I am a veteran on this team, but you know, it definitely feels good. You know, I think I've learned so much from the guys that have come before me, and you know, now I have an opportunity to pass on a lot of that knowledge to them, and that's exciting. I love Wofford. I mean, you hate it, but you love it. You know, this is like I said, you know, I keep mentioning it, but this is stuff you'll remember forever. So I'm excited to get with these guys and just try to develop a team that can go win games.
Is there anything specifically, like during training camp last year, that you think this team missed by not being here? Like, what stood out to you as the biggest difference of, you know, not being down here?
I think just not getting to know your teammates. You know, it's such a big part of this sport, and you know, you have to be close with your teammates. You know, that's the locker room's got to be tight, and having that now is something that's fun. You know, it's making football what football is again.
What did you learn about Matt Rule that you didn't know this time of year ago?
I think Coach Rule's always been himself. You know, I mean, he's an open book. You know, he's a guy that you can always go talk to if you have an issue. He's a guy that you know, is open to listening to his players, and so you know, I will see. You know, but you know, Coach Rule's always been the same guy, and that's something that you want in a head coach.
You talk a lot about team goals. I guess you set individual goals as well. Can you share what those would be for this 5th season?
Yeah, you know, I don't ever share my individual goals. I feel bad, man. I'm not answering any of Joe's questions, but I mean, I don't share those individual goals. I like to keep those private. But you know, definitely, I mean, as a team, always, you know, the end goal is always, every team's end goal. I think this is such a unique time of the year because every team has the same goal, and slowly, people start to fall off and people start to rise up. So I think that's the big thing is as a team being one of those teams that don't fall off and just continue to be consistent.
Christian, I think you told us in one of these preseason interviews over the years that you would choose yourself at number one as a fantasy football guy. So coming back this year being fresh, would you choose yourself at first again?
I don't play fantasy football.
Hypothetically.
But yeah, sure. I think everyone would answer that. I think the same way, and that's yeah.
You were ranked number 5, I think, in the ESPN poll of running back. How'd that sound?
Wait, isn't that you? Did you vote for that? You're ESPN, aren't you?
No part of
That's
that.
messed up, man.
I would have voted you number 1.
It's got your own people. Your own people vote you down low,
I would
man.
have voted you number 1.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
You getting to know your teammates, as you mentioned, being in training camp. How has that helped you? How has that helped the team in the past? How did you see it in particular?
It helps a lot. I think when you show up on Sunday and you know the guy next to you, whether you think it or not, football is the most team game on the planet Earth, and you need to know that the guy next to you has your back as well as you have his back. And so, when the backs are able to get with the O-line and spend some time together, it creates a different level of bond where I know who this person is, I know his story. Gives you just another reason to continue to push. It's not about you. So I think that's the best part of getting to know a team and kind of continuing to grow that brotherhood.
Did you bring your keyboard with you, and how often are you playing piano? Is it pretty good?
They have a piano here actually, so I'll play a little bit when I have some free time.
Is it like a relaxing thing for you?
Yeah, it's very relaxing for me. It's something that I always enjoy doing. So it's a way to get your mind clear for 15 minutes, if that.